And in this solo episode of the Happy Hustle podcast, we're talking about magnetizing versus hunting. I want to just share with you both of these two different proactive practices and how you can utilize them to actually grow your business, increase your income, and increase your impact. So let's dive in. Let's go. Do you want blissful balance in your personal and professional life? Great. What's up, guys? My name is Cary and I want to help you happy hustle a life you love. One full of passion, purpose, and positive impact. I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, a professional model / actor, a digital marketing specialist, a podcast host, author, a biohacker, an eco-warrior, a martial artist, a hippie cowboy, and a humanitarian. My goal is to educate, inspire, and entertain you to live a life of passion, purpose, and positive impact. It is time to happy hustle your dream reality. Yee! What is up, you beautiful happy hustlers out there? Cary here, and I want you to start magnetizing your perfect customers rather than hunting for them. See, magnetizing is greater than hunting, in my opinion, when it comes to getting customers. And I want to share with you how you can actually magnetize your perfect customers in this episode today. And I want to share with you some actual tactical tips and tools and tactics behind magnetizing your perfect people, because this right here could change the game for you and your business to increase your income, increase your impact, and overall grow your business. So let's dive in. Now, let me just first and foremost give you a little analogy when it comes to magnetizing versus hunting, because I am a bow hunter. I really believe that, we should all be more connected to our food source. I'm not a bloodthirsty killer. I'm not a trophy hunter. But when I have the opportunity to hunt and fish for my own food, I believe that is the most sustainable, ethical way, rather than, supporting factory farms and unsustainable supply chains. So I want to give you this analogy. When you are elk hunting, see, I got one of my bows behind me. When you're bow hunting for elk, there's truly two ways that you can actually bow hunt for elk. There's stalking, where you're more so approaching the elk in a sneaky, tactical fashion, where you're going to ambush the animal to hopefully get a clean shot. Or you could call them in with a bugle or an elk call, or mimicking a sound from another bull elk or another cow elk. And that is pretty similar to how you get customers. You can either hunt them, right? Stalk them and do your best to bring them into your world, buying your products or services, or you can either attract them. You can either magnetize them. You can either call them in. And I just want to, break this down a little bit further. When you are hunting, like bow hunting for elk, there is something to be said about being in position, ready to capitalize on an elk or an animal that you are attracting, that you are magnetizing, because you are prepared and you are in position, right? That's the benefits of magnetizing. When you call in an elk, they come to you. And you are then ready and you're prepared, and you can see them oftentimes approaching or hear them oftentimes approaching, and you can draw back your bow and you can set your sights and you can get your cadence and your breathing in tune, and then you can release and hopefully hit the bullseye, thus warranting an ethical kill. And by the way, I just want to mention, I do utilize every piece of the animal and pray over its body and honor its soul, and I have a whole ritual. So I am very cognizant of nature and its glory, and especially hunting. But I do want to say that is oftentimes the most effective way to hunt. And it's often the most effective way to attract people to your business, to your product, to your service, is to magnetize them. That's why magnetizing, in my opinion, is greater than hunting. Now, hunting still works. And when you are starting off in business, oftentimes you're hunting. You're just hunting for new clients. You're hunting for new opportunities. You're hunting for deals. This is a part of the game. But there is a point where you can learn to do it more efficiently and effectively. And that's what I'm talking about today, is these two proactive practices and the pros and cons of each. All right. Now, when it comes to magnetizing your perfect customer, I just want you to think about like an actual magnet. So, and I want to read this to you. Magnetic fields are created by electric charges. They can attract or repel other magnets, and they can change the motion of other charged particles, right? So think about magnetism is a force of nature produced by moving electric charges. And sometimes these motions are microscopic and inside of a material known as these magnets, quote unquote. These magnetic fields are created by those electric charges, and again, they can attract or repel these charged particles. So this is very interesting. I want to just break down the microscopic movements and how they can attract and repel. You want to attract your perfect customers. You want to attract those people that you really want to serve, that you really want to help. And then you want to repel those people that aren't your perfect people, that aren't the ideal customers, because those people oftentimes cause headaches. And so when you do this right, you will have a pipeline of leads and potential opportunities for you and your business to seize when you are magnetizing effectively. Now, one of the best ways that I've found to magnetize my perfect customers, is get crystal clarity on who those people are. And I know you've probably heard of, writing out your perfect ideal target avatar. I'm sure, this isn't a new concept to you. However, I do want to just mention, and I have done episodes on this in the past. If you want to look up on our website, we have on caryjack.com, under the podcasting page, we have the solo episodes on perfect target avatars, where I go through a whole in-depth exercise on how to actually attract those perfect avatars. However, you gotta get crystal clarity, not just on the demographics, but the psychographics of that perfect person. Like, this is where a lot of people miss it. They think, age, sex, marital status, political beliefs, geographic location, some of those basic demographics. Where you win in magnetizing your perfect people is by getting crystal clarity on the actual psychographics. By psychographics, I mean, what does your person actually care about? What keeps them up at night? What is their morals, their beliefs, their biggest dream, their biggest adversity? Some of the things that you can utilize to enter the conversation in their head. Those are the psychographics that I'm talking about, and more, obviously. But when you can really nail those psychographics for your perfect target avatar, and you can enter again that conversation in their head, what they're thinking, then you can start to magnetize them. You can pull them in with your content. You can pull them in with your site, with your branding, with your marketing message, etc. So I want you to first and foremost think about your perfect target avatar in order to magnetize them more effectively. Now, B, I want you to be unapologetically yourself. Being unapologetically yourself is scary. I know, because then you have nothing to hide behind. You're the person that, they either like you or they don't like you. That's just what you got to do if you want to magnetize those perfect people. This is something, again, where I see a lot of entrepreneurs, and let me just preface all this by saying I am not the guru. I am just the reporter of what I've seen effective in my life, how I have brought in millions of dollars in customers and sales by doing this right, by being, very clear on my perfect avatar, and then being unapologetically myself in the process. Guys, I want to take a few moments to tell you about my latest discovery. Now, I'll tell you, this is one of the hottest, super nutrient-packed products that I have found to boost my brain and overall well-being on the market. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about my experience. As soon as I tried this product, I became a super fan of it because I was just blown away with the immediate results. I felt more focused, my mind was clear, and I actually increased my mental performance. Not to mention, it just became a part of my go-to routine for boosting my productivity, increasing my immune support, and even glowing and healthier skin. Yes, I said it. I care about my skin quality. So this product was actually developed after long years of research by one of the most advanced brain chemists and formulators today. And you've probably heard of the superpowers of mushrooms and extracts and collagen. But I gotta say, this is the combination of all of those power-packed ingredients in one. It includes lion's mane, chaga, cordyceps, reishi, collagen, and Peruvian cacao. It's truly like magic in a jar. It's called Kala genius. Okay. And I got to say, you can add it to your coffee, your water, you kind of mix it in your smoothies, whatever you want to do. It mixes up very similar to protein powder, except it tastes a lot better. I mean, it's got a chocolicious flavor and it's delicious and nutritious. And you get the hookup for watching and listening to The Happy Hustle. You can go to Nootopia, that's nootopia.com/happy genius, HAPPYGENIUS, and use promo code HAPPY10 during checkout to save 10%. And I got to say, the best part is you actually get a 365-day money back guarantee with this stuff. That means they actually care about you and they stand behind their products and they want you to love it, or you get your money back. So check it out today. You can go to nootopia.com/happy genius and get some college genius in your life and start to boost that brain and body and increase that skin glow, fam. All right, y'all. Now let's get back to this episode. So again, the reporter here, Cary Jack, coming to you just from what I've seen effective, sharing the Happy Hustlers, you right now, what I know to be true. And being unapologetically yourself is going to either magnetize or it's going to repel. Okay, it's going to either bring people closer to you in your message or it's going to shoo them away. And that's what you want. You don't want to be middle of the road. You do not want to, quote unquote, try to be everything to everyone. That is a recipe to be nothing to no one. So when you're everything to everyone, you oftentimes are nothing to no one. And this is a big piece that I've found early on in my entrepreneurial journey, you know, especially even with the Happy Hustle. I was like, oh, the Happy Hustle can help everybody. You know, we're achieving blissful balance, both personally and professionally. Who doesn't want that? You know, who's not maybe a little stressed or overwhelmed or anxious, you know, who's maybe, you know, out of balance? Well, a lot of people. But rather than just appealing to everyone, which, you know, yes, the message does land to more people than I even forethought initially, you know, but the true person, that the Happy Hustle, like my perfect person, is not everyone. It's, you know, a purpose-driven entrepreneur who is making over six figures, who's having success, right, quote unquote, financially with their business, but they're out of balance personally. And they want more fun and fulfillment out of their life and more freedom, right? Like this entrepreneur who I once was, who was actually burned out, who was so out of balance. That's who I want to magnetize. I want to bring in those people to my inner circle, to my Happy Hustle Club, to my events, to my books and courses, etc., because that's who I know I can serve at the highest level. And you should get crystal clarity on your perfect avatar, but then you should segment it into your primary, your secondary, and then your tertiary target avatar as well. So magnetizing versus hunting. Now, I do want to mention hunting, okay? Hunting is an effective strategy when it comes to getting clients and customers because you are doing more work. You are being more active with your efforts. You could think about hunting as more of an active action and then magnetizing as more of a passive action, although magnetizing does require action as well, but it's more like early investment in the marketing, in the branding, in the messaging around it, so that the passive income flows on the back end. When you're hunting, you're active, you're getting after it, you're DMing people, you're cold calling, you're emailing, you're asking, you know, your customers for referrals, you're doing things that are more active. And again, I've hunted plenty. I love hunting too, because you know, there's something about going after the people that you want to work with, the people that you want to serve. But at the end of the day, if you want to grow and scale and leverage your time, again, most efficiently and effectively, then magnetizing your perfect people is the way. And this is a concept I want to just bring to your psyche. I want you to start thinking about what you're doing more of right now. Ask yourself, are you magnetizing more people or are you hunting? And, you know, I would venture to say, if you answer that honestly, you can actually probably see which one, just by looking at your last 30 days of new customers and how they actually come in the door. Was it more passive or was it more active on your end? And then you can maybe sway the scales according to what you actually want your business to look like. There's really something to be said about like having such an amazing product or service that people just want to tell other people about it. You know, that's you hear Hormozy talk about it in $100 million offers, but like when you have an offer so good that people feel stupid saying no to it, that's how you start to magnetize those people, because then, you know, your customers will become raving fans and share it with other people. But it all goes down to really building your offer and your product and your service with that intentionality and your brand around your perfect person and the problem that you're actually solving, right? You got to solve the problem. You have to get clarity on what journey you're taking people on. Where are they at right now? And where do they want to go? And then what is the gap to get there? That's where your product or service fits in. And then your marketing and branding should be around their limiting beliefs, so that you can pull in those perfect people by busting those myths, those objections, those limiting beliefs, right? A lot of people will say, oh, Cary, you know, work-life balance is a myth. It's just not possible. And I say to them, bullshit. You know, I know it's possible. I'm living proof, but it's being very intentional with my days, with my routine, with my blissful balancer, with my 10 alignments, where I prioritize my tasks based on what's important. And then when I do get out of balance, I have a measurable metric to see where I'm lacking. That's how I solve the problem of imbalance, right? And so you have to think about how you can actually solve your problem for your perfect person, and then how you could be unapologetically yourself in the process, right? That's the one thing too. There's a lot of copycats out there. There's a lot of people who are just taking what one person's doing and then they're just like doing the same damn thing, and it's just not landing because, you know, people know this isn't original, this isn't unique, this isn't you. And to that point, people's BS meters are higher than ever. So you gotta be unapologetically yourself and combine things that you're uniquely good at into your product or service. You know, for me, I like to combine humor in my inner circle groups, like my Happy Hustle Club. I crack a lot of jokes. A lot of them are cheesy and, you know, they're maybe not that quality, but I think humor is so important. Just laughing, having fun. You know, that's what the Happy Hustle is all about. So that is the message for today. It's magnetizing versus hunting, these two proactive practices to actually get customers. And I want you to think about how you can start to magnetize more of your perfect people by getting clarity on how and who you want to attract, and then B, how you can show up as more unapologetically yourself. And that is how you'll start to magnetize those customers, and how you will start to increase your income and your impact and just happy hustle a blissfully balanced life that you love, where you can make that passive income flowing, baby. That's the beauty of it. That's when you look at your pipeline and you got just a bunch of leads and you can just make it rain, and you got that creative, that time, and that financial freedom flowing. That's where we're getting to, y'all. So stick with me. Keep on tuning in, because we're going to be dropping some hot fire coming up in 2023, as well as finishing Q4 real strong. But I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you just listening to this message and actually, you know, sharing it with people who maybe would benefit, because that's really the goal, is to spread more of the happy hustle mentality and really just dive into more of that service over self. Because when you can magnetize the right people and you do so with that service over self mindset, where you know you're helping them with your product or service, that's how we make the world a better place. So, all right, y'all, I hope you got some value. If you did and you want to go deeper, you can check out my book, shameless plug, The Happy Hustle, 10 Alignments to Avoid Burnout and Achieve Blissful Balance. You can get it for free right now. You just go to thehappyhustlebook.com. All right, y'all, I freaking love you. I am out. Peace, y'all.